Hello world, welcome to my October podcast about my classroom, things happening in the Riley Engineering and Computer Science Magnet, and great things happening at Riley High School. My name is Seth Ponder. I teach Intro to Engineering Design, Digital Electronics, and Intro to Computer Science with Miss Hobble this year. In this episode, I'm going to share some of the foundations that we've built and great relationships that we've done in the first 9 weeks. So let's get started. Tuesday is the last day of the 9 weeks, and I spend the first 9 weeks just getting to know the students, building those relationships, and then having the students get to know me, and also just the knowledge and the foundation that we need to kind of build upon this school year. I always kind of go back to one of my mentors and one of my good friends, Gary Gillette, and he has a quote that says, "Change moves at the speed of trust." And that's really stuck with me, and so we're just trying to build that trust, trying to build that relationship to have a good school year. One of the things that's really helped is the routine that we go through each day. The students have the agenda. I will link that below. Every day they see what they're going to do. They have clear expectations of when things are due. And we also start every Monday with Monday meetings. And that's where students have shared some great things about successes that they've had in class and also out of class. A couple things that they've shared are, I've gotten work turned in on time. I've shown up to class on time. Manufacturing day was great. I PR'd in cross country this past weekend at their latest race. My grandma is clear of cancer. And just all of these things are just a reminder of just life. And it's not just school that they're thinking of, but sports are on their mind, families on their mind, friends are on their mind. And so we just got to take that into consideration as a teacher, as a peer, as a classmate, as a teammate. And so building that trust is huge in my class. In our Intro to Engineering Design class, we've spent the past month doing about 24 parts and learning the foundations of Autodesk Inventor. Autodesk Inventor is a software, computer-aided design software that our students are using to 3D model. It's also used by professionals all over the world, especially engineers in manufacturing. It's a great way to then learn how to do parts, learn how to do assemblies, learn how to do part drawings, and also 3D print stuff. So I've got a MakerBot right over there, and we'll start using that pretty soon. When we come back from break, we're going to start our first big project, and it's called the Puzzle Cube Project, and students will design and prototype a puzzle, a three-dimensional puzzle cube. Part of the challenge is to make a difficult puzzle to then challenge their family members. In digital electronics class, we've worked on building a strong foundation on electrical engineering this past 9 weeks. We've researched data sheets and learned about some truth tables and some basic logic and started using our simulator. On our computer, we use this program called National Instrument Multisim, which again is professionals use it in the workforce, and so we're pretty fortunate to have those because of Project Lead the Way. When we return from fall break, it's going to be a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more fun, I think. So we're going to get out the soldering irons, we're going to learn to solder, we're going to learn to build our prototypes by breadboarding and wiring, and having a lot of fun with that. There's going to be a lot of collaboration. We're going to be working in teams, both in digital electronics and Intro to Engineering Design. So I really enjoy the project part. The other thing is, be on the lookout for your child's website. They've been working on a website which is going to host their portfolio, and it has all of their work on it. So if you don't have an email from them yet, you should be getting one soon. And if you don't, ask them. In the Introduction to Computer Science class that I teach with Miss Hobble, we've had a lot of fun discussing data and researching all kinds of computer science knowledge. But a lot of time we've spent with, like, why is data important? And what do companies do with the data? One of my favorite projects so far is the students researched the terms and agreement of their favorite app or their favorite website, and they kind of looked at some concerning things that they had. They did a screen time log and a location log, and kind of realized that information's out there, and these websites are just collecting it, or these apps are collecting it and using it to kind of keep us on our screens a little bit more. So that being said, I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. I keep asking students to join me on the podcast, but I haven't had any takers yet. So hopefully they're watching this and they're thinking they're going to be the first ones. So let's do it. Let's start a little collaboration. Now I want to share some great things happening at Riley in the classroom and out of the classroom. So the first thing I want to share is I saw a whole bunch of football players and football coaches spent their Saturday morning at the Youth Service Bureau right around the corner from Riley High School, cleaning up the yard and cleaning up the property. And that's just awesome, doing some great community service. Props to the football coaches for getting that going, and all the players for doing the work. I'm sure the coaches did some work too. The cross-country team's going to regionals, so that's great. The German exchange students just went back to Germany. I had a whole bunch of students presenting in my classrooms, learned all about it, and also even some of the German exchange students stayed in my classroom and did some engineering and some design work. Another really cool thing that happened just last week was a former student named Andrew Walkowski came back to talk to a whole bunch of students and a whole bunch of teachers. He even brought a friend with him who's also focusing on engineering. They're both attending Rose-Hulman. Last week in the St. Joseph Community Foundation newsletter, two of our students, Xavion and Jewel, were pictured in an article. Xavion was also interviewed and quoted in the article for all of their great work at the Bowman Creek Educational Ecosystem. And speaking of the Bowman Creek Educational Ecosystem, the name is changing. However, the mission is still staying the same. So they're going to be run out of the Office of Civic Innovation at the University of Notre Dame. And just today, we got a link that they are accepting applications for high school and college-age students for the summer of 2020. So if you know any high school or college-age students who are interested in an internship with a very innovative city and working alongside professionals and doing some engineering and some community-based projects, please encourage them to apply as soon as possible. A few things coming up on all of our schedules are Wednesday, October 16th is Teacher Record Day, so students do not have to attend. That Thursday and Friday, October 17th and 18th, is fall break, so I hope you guys enjoy time with family and friends. Parent-teacher conferences are Wednesday, October 23rd from 5 to 7:30 at Riley High School. At the end of the month, we've got a lot of great things happening. On Monday, October 28th, we've got the Trunk or Treat. That's happening right at the student parking lot in the evening. Once grades come out, the Engineering and Computer Science Magnet is hosting an honors breakfast. So students, be looking out for your emails and information coming soon. On Wednesday, October 30th from 6 to 7:30, South Bend Schools is hosting their showcase of schools at the Century Center. On Wednesday, November 6th, we've got a 1-hour delay, which I think are going great. Teachers are using the time to prepare for e-learning days and learning better ways to use technology in a more engaging way in the classrooms. We've had a great start of the year. We've built a great foundation of knowledge for all of my classes, and I really look forward to seeing what the future is with this next quarter getting started, and also future Riley Wildcats as we start doing shadowing and recruiting with the current 8th grade classes. If you ever need to get in contact with me or need any of the links about Bowman Creek Educational Ecosystem or my agendas, all of the links are down below in the description or in the show notes if you're listening to this on a podcast. I really hope you enjoy your fall break and go Wildcats.